Welcome everybody to another episode of the Mai Time podcast. I'm your host, Sunny Mai, and today, I know you guys have been waiting for a long time for this episode. We got one of the most absolute ruthless killers in the office, Tiffany Trudeau. How we doing?
I'm doing great, Sunny. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, and thank you for all those really nice words.
Out of your morning to do this. So, I really want to talk to you about presenting yourself as the expert because I really think you do that really well. You're very not afraid to be direct with your clients, and we want to kind of pick your brain about how to go about that.
Okay.
So first of all, who is Tiffany Trudeau? What did you do before real estate?
So before real estate, I've kind of done a little bit of a bunch of things. I started in early 20s in escrow and title. Then we had the crash of 2008 and ended up not having any kind of job. And so I went back to school, got a degree, and I also was bartending at the time. So prior to COVID and starting here with Power, I was managing one of the oldest craft beer bars in San Diego called O'Brien's, props, and transferred into beverage sales. So when COVID hit, we know all of that stopped.
Yep.
And so I really ended up furloughed with a little bit of money and a lot of time on my hands. So I took the real estate courses, passed the exam, and what you see is what you get.
Nice. See, I only knew you when you did beer, right? Because you talked about it a lot, and that was really cool. I didn't know you were in like escrow and title like way back in the day as well.
Yep.
So you kind of knew a little bit about the ins and outs of real estate, like pretty much your whole adult life, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I've one way or another kind of dabbled in it in one form. When I did start, it was just, drawing the loan docs. You'd print out these big stacks and sort them the way that the lender preferred, and that was it.
Yeah.
But hey, it was Monday through Friday, and Mondays were paid holidays. It was good for me.
Nice. And the beer sale, I mean, is it as fun as it seems?
It can be, and it especially the craft world, you run into people that think they know more than you.
Okay.
Which, sorry folks, not happening. And it's really hard to have those conversations with people that think they're the smartest person in the room. So, yes, it's fun going to beer competitions, talking to judges, and really elaborating on flavors of beer is really great time, and sharing that with the world is fantastic. But there are the downsides where you do have to maybe sometimes be a little more direct, especially when it's coming to sales. If they're not wanting to carry your beer, how do you change their mind? So all of that kind of comes into play now. That's why I took real estate. I'm helping people, and I do have the ability to step back and find a way through that conversation.
Nice. And you mentioned that you did sales, right, in beers. Would you say that translated a lot and kind of made that transition really easy for you getting into real estate?
Yes and no. Okay. So when I was doing beer sales, I had been doing beer for so long that I knew what I was talking about. I knew how to represent an actual style of beer and talk about it. Yeah. Real estate, I knew nothing. I mean, most people, they walk into this job, they think they're creating their own schedule. They're going to have so much free time on their hands. There's going to be so much money involved. And like me, like most people, didn't realize this is running your own business. Yeah. You are 24/7. You are 7 days a week. And if your, Christmas holiday brunch went too long, well, you're still going back to work after that.
Yeah.
It was an adjustment.
Okay, right on. So would you say for a full-time real estate, you're about like 4 years-ish now, 5 years? Or?
Yeah, so we're on year 4, going into year 5 next year. So I've almost made it according to statistics.
Nice. Right? So it's kind of crazy because, 4 or 5 years is, a long time, but not as long as a lot of people that we deal with out in the field, right? And I really want to bring you on the show because you present yourself as the expert. Okay. So what are some good practices you would say when it comes to presenting yourself as the expert, especially for newer agents with no record?
So new agents, my best thing I can tell you is pick a few different agents from our team and ask them what their niches are to their business. Yeah. So Sonny's very good with this social media stuff. I'll tell you, I'm terrible at it. I don't know how to keep it going, but he can show you the ropes for that. Me, I like to focus on open houses, making sure I'm making those personal contacts. You'll hear it 100 times. I don't like calling because I'm better in person.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I feel. So I like to be in front of people. I like to be in the public. I like talking to people. So I would be your niche for an open house. Some people are better on that phone. Some people really know how to drive that forward. So pick 2 or 3 niches for yourself to start your business and partner up with those people that know what those things are. That way, you have a little piece of Sunny, a little piece of me, and a little piece of someone. Jose is probably the best person on the phone. A little piece of Jose showing you how to create your own business and then customize that to what you feel. And as you're listening to us talk, you're going to pick up the language, you're going to pick up the lingo, and you're going to sound like you know what you're doing.
Nice.
And until you really do, you're not going to learn that until you start coming to role play and you start hanging out with us a little bit. When you know that language and you know that lingo, you're going to sound 100% more confident, and you're going to be the expert in the room because you already do know more than the average public.
Yep. So what you're saying is pick something. At least do something. Don't do nothing, right?
Don't
show up
do
and
nothing.
At least do something.
Yes, show up. If you're only going to show up for role play once a week, don't bother. We don't have time.
Showing
Sorry.
up is half the battle, I would say.
It's 90% of the battle.
Yep.
If you put anything more prioritized than your business, then this is going to be a tough industry for you.
Yep. Now, taking it away from the agent's perspective, putting on the clients now, how do you think the clients appreciate it a lot? You know, that you're able to present yourself as the expert, and it's because as a newer person myself back then, people were asking me for advice, and I'm like, and I'd be like, I don't know, but what do you want, But I think do you think people respect that? That you're an expert, being very direct with them.
So I think it can be tough. There are people that, are going to tell you that you're wrong and that you haven't done it correctly. I've had the opportunities in life to make and fail and get back up and start all over multiple times already in my life. So I have a little bit of a different sense of confidence. If someone tells me I'm wrong or that I'm not doing it right, I have no problems walking away. I'm okay. Like at the end of the day, I'm okay. It's going to take a while for newer agents to get there. So my best advice would be yourself. Make sure that what you do know, you're passionate about it. And when you're talking about that, be very direct about that. If it's something you don't know, then don't make something up. Be honest with them. They're going to respect, you know what, I don't have an answer for that right now. Let me get back to you, a lot more than they're going to like it when they find out you lied to them.
Yes.
So I'd be more scared about the lie than saying I might need help.
Yes, and I was going to ask you that next, because I know someone's going to ask, like, well, what if I give them advice and I was wrong down the line, right? Well, obviously own up to it. Just tell them, then just move on,
Yeah, please. Like, if you made a mistake, make sure you're owning up to that. You want to be so helpful. Like, you want to make sure that you're doing, like, you're going to get this person this home.
Yep.
But we have a team here. We have a very strong team here. And Sonny, you and I started right about the same time. And would you have thought that from where we started till now that this is where we'd be?
I know. To George signing 7 listings a month?
I know.
Nah.
I just opened escrow number 6 for the month.
Yeah.
So
congratulations.
Yeah,
that is insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to just always be yourself. If you don't have that level of confidence, make sure you are researching. If you're more of that quiet person, bring a paper that says what you need to say. It doesn't have to be you.
Okay, awesome. So you kind of answered my next question already, which is you're very good at being straightforward with clients. I mean, how do you find the courage to do that? So you kind of shared with a little bit about how be very passionate about what you believe in, right? But you also have the reps to back it up, would you say?
Yeah, I have the opportunity to speak a lot, but also, going back to what I used to do, I used to have to deal with drunk people who were screaming and yelling at me. So I am very confident at telling someone to sit down and shut the bleep up. if needed be. So it's like I said, I've had those life
Yeah.
experiences where some people might not have had those life
Right,
experiences.
right.
So, and, you know, at the end of the day, I was a little punk rocker in the 90s. You know,
Alright.
if you didn't like me, I didn't care.
Yep.
And that still goes for today. If you don't like me and I'm not the
Oh, we
right
love
person,
that. I love that.
that's okay. I don't care. Have you met Sonny?
Hey, you know, one of these days I gotta bring out the teeth for the show, right? I gotta bring out the teeth.
I love it. Bring it out.
There you go. All right, so let's get into some more of the fun stuff now.
Okay.
I want you to share with us, Tiffany, the story of how you had a crazy pop-in open house in Riverside. You had a team of agents helping you out, right? Some of them were newer too, so they have that good experience shadowing you. How were you able to orchestrate all of that, and then ultimately getting someone mad at you for you doing your job?
Okay. For the most part, wow. Okay. So I had a home in Riverside.
Yes, beautiful
And
listing.
it
It was a
was
great listing.
Gorgeous home. Like, I loved this home.
Yes,
Everything
me
about it
too.
was just saying, buy me, buy me, buy me. So we had an open house launch planned. And when you get here, you'll see that there's different people that focus on open house. And it's a really, really great tool to build your business. But I like to make mine an event.
Yep.
Like, it's not, hi, welcome to my home, here's this, have a snack, and goodbye. I want you to come in and feel like you are experiencing the home. So we have a team of people to talk to, people to have a conversation with, but at the end of the day, we're selling somebody's home.
Yep.
They live there. It's their private space. And for you to build your business off of open houses, you're going to need to get those contact numbers. If they're not willing to leave their contact numbers, then they need to come back with their agent. If they don't have an agent, then I'm sorry. I'm not doing this for free. I'm doing this to build a list of people that I can call and then find them a home. So, yes, someone got mad at me. And again, I don't care. But they said they were going to, you know, file a report. We had a conversation with our mentors. They said nothing would probably come of it. But, you know, when you're doing an open house, you're there to build your pipeline. You're there to get the conversations. And if you're not getting those people to sign in, then you're really wasting your time, and find another way to build your pipeline. So, yes, I'm a little direct. Yes, I'm a little harsh. And yes, I will get in trouble. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can simply just tell them, hey, this is someone's home. And would you feel comfortable with 100 people coming through your home without knowing what their contact information is?
So you see, obviously, you practice that conversation. You know what you believe in. You stand on there. And, you know, I guess other people respect that, right? Because you show yourself as the authority figure. So, kind of backtracking a little bit. You guys always had an amazing open house. I'm guessing the line was way out the door. Can you tell us the prep work leading up to that on how you were able to get such a crowd to the open house?
So, I really started working with events with Stephanie Haynes here in the office. And we would put things together. And we were really kind of testing those waters. But I come also from, my sister's an event planner. I love hosting a party. I love cooking. Like, I like making people feel happy to be where we are. So I wanted to incorporate that into an open house. I used Real Academy, and I found a couple of different other agents and what they were doing differently for open houses. So for creating an open house that really stands out, it's about making an event. Go on Facebook, create an event, create a video, invite people, make it something special. I do little tiny gift bags that, honestly, there's nothing really fancy in them. There's a pad of paper, there's a pen, there's my business card, and then there's our buyer information. And then I have a small stash for sellers off to the side to make sure that if a seller comes through, these are the type of things that are going to stand out. If you just have the generic snacks and you're just standing there with your hands in your pockets, nobody's going to want to talk to you. You need to be able to talk. You need to be okay that no matter what you say, it's not going to matter as long as they are comfortable. So make it a party, Facebook ads, Facebook events, boost those things. I've done it for as little as $5 a day for a week, which is like $25. and we had 100 people at our open house.
That's awesome.
We had 30 offers over asking. And the best part was I told every single one of those buyers and their agents what my sellers were looking for. So I ended up with 10 offers for exactly what my sellers wanted.
There you go.
And now we get to bid higher.
There you go.
Now we're pushing it higher.
That's actually really smart. I never did my SMCOs like that. I learned something new there.
There you go.
I learned something new there.
There you go.
Very nice. Oh, thank you so much for sharing all that, Tiffany. So what I'm hearing from you is that the prep work is as important, if not more, because the open house is one afternoon. I mean, how much are you spending on that prep work, you'd say?
From the time I signed the listing.
Literally the moment after the day you signed the listing.
Yes, because there's circle prospecting, there's mailers, there's flyers. So depending on if you're actually going to send out physical mail, who's doing that work for you? When you're starting out and you're saving a penny or here and there, you're doing it.
It's a lot of sweat equity, right?
Yes. When you're putting your gift bags together, stapling cards, stapling treats, mailing those out. I will tell you, it took me almost a week to do 500 mailers by myself the last time. And that was, sitting in front of the TV, kind of not paying attention and doing that for about 2 hours in the evening after I finished my work day.
Oh, man.
After 6 o'clock at night, after dinner, and then sitting down and putting it together. So as soon as you get your listing signed, start planning how you're going to market the traditional route and putting that together.
That's awesome.
The Facebook side, I think, is a little easier for the younger generation. I have some difficulties with it. Sorry, I just don't understand it. But getting some of those posted and getting it done correctly, there's people that can help you with that.
Yeah.
So just start as soon as you can. Don't save it to the night before because you will rip your own hair out.
Yep. There you go. Thank you so much for sharing that. Lastly, I want to talk with you a little bit about agent attraction. I see you've been kind of transitioning into that.
Yes.
So what kind of prompted the change? How can new agent benefit from joining Power's culture?
Okay. First of all, this is the best team. Honestly, like you will not meet another group of people that are so individual and so charismatic and so enlightening with different ideas and thoughts and ways of seeing things.
Yes.
So if you're not joining here, like I said, I don't care, but good luck. But come on through and we'll show you that we can do that better for you. I wanted to get into the recruiting side because it's another piece of the business. So like I said earlier, when you're starting your business, you're going to pick like 3 niches and you're really going to focus on those 3. But now that we're going into 4 and 5 years, I have to expand. And in order to expand and make more money, I also do need my own team. I need people and supporting me, not just the team that I already have. I need direct support, like the people that are going like this.
Literally what I'm hearing is that you got too many opportunities, too many leads, too much to follow up with that you need help.
I have a virtual assistant who helps me with my prospecting and my appointment setting. I would like to find a smaller team to put together to mold and teach them maybe a little bit about my confidence and how it's okay to be forward, and also show them the ropes so that when I have the big deal, I have someone helping me with it, and then there's a piece of pie for everybody.
There you go.
That's what I would like to get to, and eventually maybe I might have 3 hours a day to myself to go get my feet done.
There you go.
That's the dream, folks.
That's the dream.
That's the dream, folks.
That's the dream. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany, for coming on and sharing with me all those nuggets in our audience, of course.
My pleasure.
I'd love to have you again on the show down the line to see, how things are going and how we can compare. Lastly, just want to say, definitely look up to you as one of those top agents in the office.
Thank
I learn
you.
a lot from you every time, we sit down together. So thank you so much again for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure, Sonny. It's always great being with you.
Let's go.